Hello there! I'm Scotty. You're now welcome back to the Smallville Retrospective, where we're talking about Season 3, Episode... This 4, right? So, 4, 8, 12, 13. Velocity. No, this is not the speedster stuff you inject, like Velocity 9 or whatever, from the Flash. Or no, this is not a Saturday night program from the WWE. This is about fast cars. That's right. And, in a shock of all shocks, it is a Pete-centric episode. Pete's on the screen for more than 5 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Let's celebrate. Or not, who cares? Yes, in this episode we find out that Pete has been street racing. I don't know why I was going to say speed racing. Street racing, and Clark no likey. So he's trying to stop him. They use kryptonite fueled in... It's like NOS, but it's kryptonite fueled engine stuff. Because of course they do everything has to be kryptonite. But yeah. We actually pick up, see, after that cliffhanger, it's been a couple days, right? I didn't do any reviews yesterday. It's because I wanted to relax. I was going to relax the whole weekend, but I thought, why don't I do some reviews? I don't know if I'll finish the season this weekend, but I'll do some reviews. So, this episode was fine. But it's nice to see Pete in the spotlight, However, I felt like that this wasn't really an appropriate episode to do right after we had a cliffhanger. Someone has a heart attack, and all we get as a resolution from that is one scene at the beginning, one scene at the end. The rest of the episode, Jonathan is in the hospital, barely even mentioned, and it's all about, Pete, you can't do racing because you could get hurt, right? Ryan Merriman is in this episode, is the episode's villain. It's not a freak of the week because he's not a freak of the week. He could have been a freak of the week. You know what I mean? But they decided to put him in this episode, which is fine, I guess. So we start in the hospital. Jonathan wakes up, and Clark, of course, blames himself. And Jonathan's response is, "Son, you can do a lot of things, but cause heart attacks is not one of them." And I'm like, no, it's not what he's saying. He's saying that by him taking off with the red K, you had to go talk to Jor-El. He even says, the last time in here, the doctor said you had the heart of a 20-year-old, and now you had a heart attack. And then that might have something to do with it. And later in the episode, spoiler alert, he's like, I did go to Jor-El, and that might have been the reason for my heart attack. But son, I don't think Lionel's in this. By the way, the doctor that I mentioned was Dr. Tang. I don't remember the name. Because in the B plot of this episode, I'll just go over it. Chloe is still investigating Adam. Found out that Adam's birth name was like Chad or something. And he died. And Lana confronts him about this. He's like, I don't want to. That's part of my past. I don't want to talk about it. Situation. There's nothing really pushed forward. And then by the end, Lana's like, I decided not to tell anyone. I'm like, but Chloe's still investigating the stuff that she got. She goes to Lex. And they need to stop going to Lex with stuff. Because every time they go to Lex with something, he takes that and tries to capitalize that with himself. Because he takes that information he got, he fires Dr. Tang, and then blackmails her into working for him. So, they're not helping themselves with this. Because he's a Luther. And on one hand, I don't like that they keep writing Lex this way, because they play two different sides here. That Lex is a villain with a heart of gold. He's got some good in him. But at every single turn he's going to find a way to get himself on top. I know he's trying to one up his dad, because his dad is involved in this, but like every single time they go to him with something, he turns that to something else. And at this point, it's, I don't know, maybe they're doing too much with Lex too fast. I don't know. On the racing car side of things, at the beginning of the episode, as Clark and Martha are on their way home, they almost get hit by these street racers, and he finds out one of them is Pete. Pete, the boss, Ross, as they call him. And so he starts, investigating this. Clark does. And Pete's like, Clark, it's okay, it's fine, I've been doing this, I'm unstoppable, I'm the winner, whatever. And then it takes a turn where, of course, everything seems to be copacetic, and then all of a sudden this guy, Miles, whatever his name is, I remember his character, is like, hey, I need you to take a dive tonight. He's like, what? What do you mean? He goes, well, he's like, I want to be racing. He goes, yeah, that's my point. You want to be race, so now all the money is going to be on you. So if you take a dive tonight, all the money will go. They lose a lot of money, we get all the money. And it's a standard thing for gambling, stuff like that. These are boxing matches and other stuff where it's like, okay, you've been on a winning streak, you can take a dive tonight so that we can collect all that money, because we built it all up. All the money's been bet on you, right? So I think you're going to win, and then you lose, and we get all that money, and that's cheating, first of all. But that's just like, that is the lowest form of making money. It's like, yeah. But Pete decides to be a good little boy and not do that, which gets him in trouble. Clark's response is to sell out this garage to the cops. Of course, when they get there, because this is only a little more than halfway through the episode, when they get there, the cops find nothing. I'm sorry, Sheriff Adams is worthless. She doesn't do anything. All she ever does is like, Mr. Kent, stay out of police business, Mr. Kent. It's like, but here's the point. She's always contradictive of everything Clark tells her, right? But in the fucking end, he's always right. But every single time he tells her something, you need to stay out of police business, Mr. Kent. And even sometimes when he is right, in earlier episodes, he's proven right, and she's like, next time, stay out of police business, Mr. Kent. I'm like, but he helped you. He helped you. And you're still just, I know they're trying to make a contract from Sheriff Ethan, who was sort of the podunk, oh, well, gosh, I guess you could help type guy. And then they had to get rid of that actor, made him a villain for no reason. And now this is the, take no nonsense sheriff type character. And it's just, they're doing too much with it. There were points, like I said, I never really cared for this character. And this is why. Because even though several times Clark is proven right, she's always hesitant with everything. And then something like this happens. I told you to stay out of police business, Mr. Kent. And it's just like, but he ends up being right later anyway. Because it turns out that Miles has a deputy on his payroll, which is how he knew about the thing. Okay, because we got to keep this episode going. So Clark takes Lex's car, I don't know which one it was. It's Ferrari or something. He takes one of Lex's cars, and he's gonna bet that, right? But he confronts Miles, and he gets hit in the head with the cruiser, I think, because of course he does. Eventually, the race happens, but Miles dies in an explosion. And then Lex's car is returned to him. They were going to kill Pete anyway in the race, and then that's when, Clark hears with a super hearing, you're going to rig the race. They just say that, and he walks in, you're going to rig the race. And they're like, huh? No, what? And then hits him. Here's the thing, though. I think they overdo the kryptonite reaction. Because it's like, the guy picks it up like this, and he's like, I feel like they have him sell the kryptonite effects too much. It should never be that obvious that it's affecting him. But they have him oversell it. Like, they should get affected and be like, feel out facts. But to just go, like, I don't know. At one point, it should just be he picks it up, hits Clark in the back of the head, and knocks him out. But the fact, like, several times throughout the series, he starts acting like that. And I understand that's how it affects him. But it's too much. It's over-affecting him. It's overacting to show people, we get it. We get it. Kryptonite. Bad. But you know what I mean? Every time Kryptonite's around. We get it. Kryptonite's bad for him. You don't have to keep doing that. I'm just saying. And then, like, by the end of the episode, it's not all hunky-dory. Clark and Pete aren't, still on good terms at this point. Because it's like, come on, man, let's play some hoops. No, I'm not in the mood. Come on, man. First to 10 wins, no powers. And he walks off. To a crappy version of Wonderwall, a crappy cover of Wonderwall that only plays the first, couple lines before the episode ends. Like, what is this shit? It's like a country-ass version of it. It's kind of stupid. This episode's getting a 2 out of 5 Superman logos for me. I just, nothing to write home about, I think. It's just, so much contradiction, so much overacting. It's just like, I get it. The sheriff has to be, we're not going to do this because it's halfway through the episode, so if they actually did their fucking jobs, there wouldn't be an episode. Or, when they actually do listen to him, something else has to happen, like, one of the deputies is conveniently on Miles' payroll. Which is how he gets away with everything. Okay. So then what was the point of having him... I don't know, I hate stuff like that, but yeah. So we're going to keep going. So what are your thoughts on this episode? In the comments below, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.